We have some significant breaking news out of the NBA. According to Shams Charania, the Lakers are signing Austin Reaves to a 4-year, $185 million maximum contract to return to the franchise with a player option for the final season. That would be in 2029-2030. Reaves declined his $14.9 million player option for the new max deal.
Austin Reaves just secured the bag with a massive 4-year, $185 million deal to stay in Los Angeles. But here is the wild part. That one signature might secretly be the move that finally ends the LeBron James era for the Lakers, because when you actually crunch the numbers and see what money is left, the reality hits hard and fast. The walls are quickly closing in on the king. I have to ask you guys, do you think giving Reaves this massive payday was a smart long-term play? Let me know down in the comments. I am ready for the next part. Send it over whenever you are ready. If you want to dive deeper into how this contract shakes up the team's dynamic, this breakdown on what Reaves' new deal means for LeBron's future gives a great look at the situation in LA.
Move? Or did they just hand the keys to the wrong guy and push LeBron toward the edge?
Let's start with the deal itself, because the numbers are the real story here. Austin Reaves and the LA Lakers just agreed to a massive 4-year, $185 million max contract. And to top it off, that deal comes with a player option for the final season in 2029-2030.
What's up, Lakers fan? Austin Reaves here. I'm from Newark, Arkansas. I can't wait to represent the Lakers organization and just get to.
Reaves is officially locked in for the long haul. He is not a quick fix, and he is definitely not just filling a temporary spot.
He is a player the Lakers decided was worth max money over the next several years. And that decision says everything about where the organization's priorities actually sit going forward.
Now, here is the really interesting part about how this deal works. Reports say the contract will not be officially signed until the Lakers finish the rest of their summer moves. That is a super smart play. Lets the team use their open money however they want before they lock in Reaves' massive salary. So, even though paying Reaves this much seems like it would ruin their plans right now, it actually will not hit their wallets hard until 2027. They gave themselves room to breathe this summer. This way, they can still build the team and make moves before the really big money kicks in.
Second round of the NBA draft, a former undrafted player signing a big deal. This is Austin Reaves, who was set to become an unrestricted free agent. He is going to rejoin the Lakers and stay in LA. A $185 million deal, according to ESPN. It's a max deal for the former undrafted free agent who declined a $15 million player option heading into next season. Coming off a career year, he averaged 23.3 points per game. That's the most by an undrafted player since most.
Let's break down the cap space, because this is exactly where things get tricky for LeBron. Right now, the Lakers have a $20.9 million cap hold on the books for Reaves. That directly impacts their budget for this season. But even with that hold in place, ESPN's Bobby Marks says the Lakers still have about $45 to $50 million in open space for the summer. On top of that, they have a $9.4 million room exception. That gives them the freedom to go out and sign another solid player, and it gets better. If DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart turn down their options, that could free up another $13 million. Oh yes, the Lakers definitely have some real money to play with this offseason.
Summer.
All right, so how does it affect their ability to be able to retain LeBron James and other key free?
Yes, this is really the reason why NBA teams have Ivy League guys running their strategy departments, because of what I'm about to explain to you. Austin Reaves will hit the Lakers' books at $21 million, even though he's going to make over 40. Every dollar they pay LeBron James will affect the amount of cap space they have, whereas the amount of money over $21 million will not affect it in the Austin Reaves contract. I know it's complicated. So the Lakers still have $50 million in cap space to use on free agents. They can still go out into the marketplace in a week and try to steal away, guys that are on other teams. But whatever they negotiate with LeBron James, whether it's now or later, would eat into that space. So the Lakers obviously still have to be careful and still have to really do some homework and see what they can do with other free agents really before doing.
But here is the real problem, and for LeBron, it is a massive one. The Lakers have a bunch of free agents hitting the market all at once. We are talking about guys like Luke Kennard, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Jackson Hayes. Any of them could just walk away. And every single one of them is going to want real money. Throw Marcus Smart into the mix, who might also deserve a raise, and suddenly you have way too many mouths to feed. Teams' open money sounds great until you see how many players want a piece of it. All of a sudden, that $45 to $50 million does not go very far at all. Now let's look at how Reeves' new deal goes up over time. This is the part that completely chokes the Lakers' future budget. In the 2026 to 2027 season, Reeves makes $41.3 million. The next year, it jumps to $44.6 million. The year after that, it hits $47.9 million. And in that final year with his player option, he is taking home a massive $51.2 million. That is a huge commitment. Gives the Lakers some room to breathe right now, but it completely traps them financially later on. Reeves' paycheck will grow every single year, eating up everything else in its path. And remember, Reeves is not the only big name on the payroll. The Lakers still owe Luka Doncic $53.4 million. They have Jared Vanderbilt making $12.2 million. Plus, they have guys like Dalton Connaught, Bronny James, and Adu Teero on their rookie deals. So when you combine Luka's $53.4 million with Reeves' massive new deal, you have two guys taking up a huge chunk of the budget. And that is before you even start talking about LeBron. This brings us to the heart of the whole issue. The Lakers just built their financial future around Luka and Reeves. Those two are the new foundation. There is just no money left to give a 42-year-old LeBron a $53 to $58 million deal on top of that. This is exactly what the insiders have been warning us about for weeks. It always came down to simple math. If the Lakers paid Reeves enough to keep him long-term, which they just did, there wouldn't be enough cash left to give LeBron an offer he feels respects his value. And once LeBron feels disrespected by the money, he's going to start looking at other teams. This Reeves deal did more than just keep Austin in LA. Quietly shut the door on giving LeBron a max contract while still putting a real competitive team on the floor. You just cannot pay Luka $53 million, give Reeves an escalating max deal, re-sign your other guys, and still hand LeBron a near-max contract. Simply does not work.
Deal. The cap does not work.
Something has to give. And in this situation, that something is LeBron.
Here's why this is actually the responsible move for the Lakers, even though LeBron fans are going to hate it. The Lakers had a decision to make about who their long-term cornerstones were going to be.
The Lakers made their choice. They picked Luka and Reeves. Both of these guys are young. They can grow right alongside the team. Luka is the clear foundation. And Reeves? He is the perfect fit right next to him. He brings outside scoring, sets up plays, and is nowhere near the end of his career. Giving max money to these two just makes plain basketball sense. You are paying guys who will still be playing at a high level when their paychecks hit the absolute peak. But giving that exact same money to a 42-year-old just does not make sense anymore.
Because you would be paying peak dollars for a player whose production is going to decline every single year of.
The Reeves contract also gives the Lakers something incredibly valuable that a LeBron deal just couldn't: trade flexibility down the line. A highly paid Reeves is a great trade asset. If the fit isn't right, or if a better star becomes available, the Lakers can easily move his contract. He is young, productive, and plenty of other teams will want him. A 42-year-old LeBron making $53 million is the exact opposite. No team is taking that contract off your hands. You would be completely stuck with it. So, even just looking at asset management, locking up Reeves long-term is the much smarter play than giving big money to LeBron. Now, let's talk about LeBron's leverage, because this Reeves signing totally ruined it. LeBron's entire power play relied on the idea that he was essential to the Lakers and that they would do whatever it took to keep him happy. But the moment the Lakers paid Reeves and committed to the Luka Reeves core, they sent a crystal clear message. The future of this team is being built around those two, not a 42-year-old LeBron. That changes the entire game. LeBron is no longer the centerpiece the team is bending over backward to please. He is now just a free agent who has to decide if he wants to return for whatever money is left, or if he wants to chase a bigger payday somewhere else. And this is where the reality of LeBron's market hits hard. Teams that actually want LeBron at 42 are not offering him a max contract. True championship contenders are not going to throw that kind of money at a player at the very end of his career. So LeBron is left with a tough choice. He can take a realistic lower salary to stay with the Lakers and chase one more ring next to Luka. Or he can go to a rebuilding team at the bottom of the league that will pay him just for ticket sales and marketing. A struggling team might actually do that because his name still sells jerseys and packs arenas. But that is not a championship move. That is purely a money move.
And LeBron would have to decide which one matters more to him at this stage.
We also need to talk about the Bronny factor, 'cause this makes LeBron's decision a whole lot harder. Right now, Bronny is sitting on the Lakers roster with a rookie deal. But if LeBron actually packs up and leaves LA, that whole father-son storyline gets really messy. And let's be real, that dream of playing together is a big reason why Bronny is on the team in the first place.
Bronny's value to the organization was always tied to his father.
So, LeBron's free agency choice isn't just about him anymore. It is completely tied up with his son's future, too. That is exactly the kind of family stuff that could force LeBron to stay in LA for less money, even if his pride wants a bigger paycheck somewhere else. In the end, family might matter more than a contract fight. Let's look at the bigger picture here, which has been obvious all summer. Former Lakers like Byron Scott have been saying for weeks that the team shouldn't give LeBron anything close to a max contract. And by locking in Reaves, the Lakers are basically doing exactly that without saying a word out loud. By paying Reaves and backing their young talent, they made a clear choice about their priorities. That choice completely rules out a max deal for LeBron. They didn't have to stand up and say LeBron isn't worth top dollar. They just built their budget so it is physically impossible to pay him.
The Reaves deal is the quiet version of the message Byron Scott has been saying loud.
This is also the reality of the rest of the league finally catching up to the Lakers. Just look around the NBA right now. The Oklahoma City Thunder are young, deep, and seriously dangerous. The San Antonio Spurs have Victor Wembanyama and a totally stacked young roster. Giannis just took off for Miami to chase another ring. Top teams in the league are getting younger, faster, and way more athletic.
And in that environment, the worst possible move the Lakers could make is to obliterate their cap space on a 40-something-year-old. Paying Reaves a long-term max keeps the Lakers pointed in the direction the league is moving, toward youth and sustainability, instead of doubling down on an aging star whose best years are well behind him. The Luka factor seals it. Luka Doncic is the future of this franchise, and he has made it clear what he wants around him. He wants an A-list center. He wants quality perimeter players on the wing. He wants the roster built to maximize his prime. And every dollar the Lakers spend chasing those pieces is a dollar they cannot spend on a max LeBron contract. The Reaves signing was partly about giving Luka a backcourt partner he is comfortable with for the long haul. Adding a max LeBron deal on top of Luka and Reaves would leave nothing to address the center position or the wing depth that Luka actually asked for. So the choice the Lakers made was, in effect, a choice to prioritize Luka's needs over LeBron's contract demands. And that is the correct choice for any franchise serious about its future. There were also reports that Luka's patience with the Lakers may have been running thin because they were not making moves. The Reaves signing addresses part of that. It shows Luka that the front office is committed to building a real, sustainable core around him, rather than just maintaining the status quo and waiting on LeBron. Keeping your franchise cornerstone happy and engaged is worth far more than keeping a 42-year-old comfortable with a max number. The Lakers made the move that protects the relationship that actually matters for the next decade.
So, where does all of this leave LeBron? It leaves him standing at a massive crossroads. And honestly, for the first time in a very long time, he is not the one holding all the power.
The Lakers have made their financial commitments. The Luka Reaves core is set. The cap space that remains has to be spread across multiple free agents and the roster needs that Luka requested. There is no clean path to a LeBron max contract that does not damage the team's ability to compete. So LeBron has to decide. Take less to stay and chase a ring next to Luka, or leave to chase money or a different situation.
And the Reaves deal is the exact move that forced this whole situation into the open. The walls have been closing in on the LeBron-Lakers relationship for a while now.
The empty-handed max contract talk. The Byron Scott comments. The insider reports that there is not enough money to keep everyone happy. The Reaves signing is the moment all of that became.
It is the one move that turned a realistic threat into actual reality. And whether LeBron decides to stay on a much cheaper deal or walks out the door for good, one thing is certain. The era of the Lakers changing their entire franchise just to please him is officially over.
They built around Luka and Reaves. They protected their future. And LeBron is now just one of several free agents the team has to figure out, not the center of the universe the franchise revolves around. That is what $185 million to Austin Reaves actually bought the Lakers. It bought them a young backcourt foundation. It bought them a tradable long-term asset. And it bought them a clean, math-based reason to finally stop bending the franchise around a 40.
The Reaves deal was absolutely about keeping Austin in town, but the real message it sent was loud and clear, and it was all about LeBron.
Austin Reaves got his $185 million max, and the cap math did the rest. Between Reaves, Luka, and a pile of free agents, there is no clean room left for a LeBron max.
The Lakers picked their young core and quietly closed the door.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your honest take in the